This video is sponsored by Square Enix. Echoes of Mana is a brand new mobile action RPG set in the universe of the Mana series. It's free to play right now on iOS and Android, which launched globally April 27th, 2022. You can just feel the nostalgia rushing back in because you can recruit allies of the past Mana games and characters from the new ones as well while searching for the legendary Mana Sword. This world was carefully crafted with the interest of longtime fans and potential newcomers to enjoy. You can play solo or team up with 3 of your friends in action-packed co-op battles to defeat tough bosses. Join the adventure now and receive tons of free bonuses available for all players to celebrate the launch. When it comes to combat, one of my favorite things to do and work towards is the Mega Spirit Magic. After executing a number of normal attacks, the gauge on the top right will become available to tap and unleash a Mega Spirit Magic, which is a unique, powerful attack with a special animation. Only one single player can activate this super move, and whoever taps it the quickest gets to unleash massive damage. Join in on the fun today and download Echoes of Mana via the link below in the description. Recently, Final Fantasy VII Remake just had its 2nd year anniversary, and it got me thinking, holy crap, Jesse's been dead for 2 years. No, but really though, 2 years kind of just flew by quickly. But even more so, I started to think about the earlier announcements for Final Fantasy VII Remake, before Square Enix brought it back in-house to work on it themselves, and how different both of those games ended up looking. I didn't have anything planned for the 2nd anniversary of Remake, so I wanted to take a dive through its history with you guys and talk about some things that many of you may not have been aware of. Jumping all the way back to 2005, I had never felt such betrayal and heartache. But during E3 2005, while showcasing the capabilities of the PS3, Sony created a tech demo to showcase what a Final Fantasy VII game would look like on PlayStation 3 graphics. Yeah, you like what you see? You really want it? Well, it's a tech demo, which back then I had serious copium about and kept telling people there's no way they would do this and not actually remake the game. It's coming, I tell you guys, it's coming. And yeah, it did, eventually, like 15 years later in 2020. This also was not the first time Square Enix showcased tech demos for games that people really wanted. Previously, there was a Final Fantasy VI tech demo and a Final Fantasy VIII tech demo on the PS2, with Squall and Rinoa dancing. Thinking back to how I felt back then versus how I feel now, I'm pretty glad that it was pushed back till now. That's just my personal preference because of next-gen capabilities and seeing these characters function in a totally different way than we could have ever imagined possible. But I'm sure many in the comments will think otherwise, and that's perfectly fine. We went quite a long time after 2005 just not hearing things relating to a remake of the original game. We got a movie, the greatest game of all time, with some spin-offs, some books, and, well, that was about it. It wasn't until 2014 that the community collectively get their dreams and honor crushed again publicly. During the 2014 PlayStation Experience, Square Enix took the stage and began hyping up fans for Final Fantasy VII to return in a different way. The crowd's initial excitement turning slowly to sheer exhaustion once they realized it's just the Final Fantasy VII PC port coming to PlayStation 4 and other consoles. It's honestly one of my most memorable moments in gaming because it was at a time when we all collectively felt the same exact thing at the very same exact time. Just look at those faces of defeat. Pure agony. You can dodge pure agony today by hitting that subscribe button and joining our PS5 giveaway we currently have going on. Only 30% of people who watch and love these videos are currently subscribed. Guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more Square Enix news and overall RPG goodness. PS5 giveaway for members is on the channel live right now, so join, become a member today, and get your entries in so you don't miss out on good times coming our way. Now let's get back into the video. However, a few months later during E3 2015, Retribution was finally among us. Via a CGI teaser, Square Enix revealed that Final Fantasy VII Remake officially was in the works, and that you could play it first on the PlayStation 4. The crowd went insane. I went insane. Everyone went insane, realizing that this was not a movie, but an actual game that we will be able to play. Hopefully. Over the next few months and following year, we started to hear more news about the Final Fantasy VII Remake and how CyberConnect 2, the company most famous for the Naruto Ninja Storm game series and Asura's Wrath, was the team that was working on it. Hearing this news, I was a bit concerned because based on their games that they have done in the past, I was wondering how would a Final Fantasy VII Remake by them function and work. I was still extremely interested to see how this would play out, and eventually we got official footage for gameplay a few months later in December 2015. It was very early footage based on how the performance was going with its frame dips, but to be honest, everyone was excited seeing Biggs and Jessie in action. Cloud roaming around Midgard looking very Mako, sickly, and seeing Barrett appear on the run with Cloud by the fountain, which was probably executed for debug purposes since some of these scenes show Cloud in the same location but by himself according to the HUD. It was great to finally see just what route this game will be taking, and see the performance issues did not bother me at that moment just one bit, because I was just excited to see we're finally getting visual confirmation that this is real and an actual video game. In 2016, not much news came out for Remake, and we assumed they were just in a development process, but in actuality, they were in development hell, because in 2017 it became public information that CyberConnect 2 was fired by Square Enix, and instead they brought the project in-house due to the game not meeting their standards, which honestly was a great decision. Final Fantasy VII is Square Enix's most recognizable and profitable game. I was glad that they finally realized this and went to work bringing this game to life. So from 2017 to 2018, we didn't hear much besides being shown some new key art for the game featuring Cloud and Sephiroth with a goddamn wing over Midgar. In 2018, it was fairly quiet, and it was reported that Cloud's design had changed apparently, but was only seen behind closed doors and yet to be revealed. But in 2019, it was a massive year for Final Fantasy VII Remake, because we finally got confirmation of what Aerith looked like and how the new designs of the characters in the previous trailer looked as of now. And then it was confirmed to be an episodic release, where Final Fantasy VII Remake would release in parts, and the first part, which was coming in 2020 and would be just the Midgar portion, blowing many fans' minds in the process, thinking about just how large this game is going to be that they're planning. In the summertime of 2019, Tifa was finally revealed and more footage for early portions of the game were showcased, and the excitement was through the roof, knowing that we would be seeing Final Fantasy VII Remake in March 2020. However, unfortunately, Kitase announced that they would be delaying the game till April 10th, a whole month later than the original date. This was due to them wanting to fine-tune the game and have it meet their expectations and standards so that the fans would receive a product that they could be happy with. Then, to hold many of us over, Square Enix released a demo of the game's first chapter on the initial release date in March for the fans to play through on PlayStation. Later that month in March, the pandemic did hit the USA and everybody was demanded to stay home. Back then, I was making videos on YouTube and had lost my job, but I wasn't doing well content-wise and still trying to find that one game to help lift me up. And who would have thought Final Fantasy VII Remake, a game that I had been dying for, my childhood favorite game, would be the one to help me achieve my dream job that I've been chasing with YouTube. I created guides for the game because I felt that a lot of the combat elements were not properly explained, and I worried that many would write off the game completely because of this, which I was right. Many viewers commented exactly this. They dropped the game because they just could not get into the combat, but after seeing my videos, they came back and enjoyed it way more than they thought they ever would. I was ecstatic. This game did so much for me, for this community, and brought a whole lot of people happiness during a time when the world was hurting and everyone was dealing with severe issues. We all united over this title, and many have played this for the very first time ever and became fans of the original game as well, playing that one soon after for the very first time. Final Fantasy VII had touched many fans' hearts yet again, more than 2 decades later. These characters, the story, the music, the nostalgia, everything within it was gold. I remember a saying that always stuck with me throughout the years, basically stating that one of the best feelings in the world is being able to re-experience your favorite memory, movie, meal, song, or video game all over again for the very first time. And with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I got to experience many of those things, including a crazy phenomena of revisiting my childhood while also creating new memories that somehow felt familiar. It's such a weird concept to explain, but I hope someone in the comments understands what I mean. And I mean, yes, it's broken up into parts and will take longer to get the story out there, but I'm excited for that because I want nothing more than to expand this universe that I love so much and will get to enjoy it in so many different ways that I could have never imagined. 2 years have gone by us already since Remake first released, and apparently it's been in development for almost 2.5 years already. So I think we just might be hearing more about it and hopefully seeing footage sometime this year. The timeline of the first game's release is wild when you sit back and take it all in from 2015 till now in 2022. As the story still continues, there's still much more left to uncover. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Did it live up to your hype? Were you expecting more? Or was it your first time playing an RPG and now you were hooked? Let's have a discussion going down below. I want to hear what you guys think. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy videos are coming your way and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.